I'm Steve. Welcome to my workshop and to very cool stuff. Well, this is part 2 and hopefully the final of the build of the Euro truck. I just left it last time when we actually just did the side panels on the CNC machine. Well, as you see, they're all glued on now. So we're just going to continue. I've got to pick a few more parts. To be honest, a mega glue up. So stay tuned and hope you enjoy. So once again, off camera, just made a few little parts. Nothing spectacular. Just a few little rectangles, one with a bit of shaping, and glue them together. These are going to make the steps that get into the cab. So we're just going to glue them in place. A little bit fiddly, but we got there in the end. Anyway, I'll give that 20 minutes or so and I'll do the ones on the other side. So whilst that's drying, we've been pressing on with the front. So we need to make some of these fancy parts. So that bit's in oak and that bit will be in sapele. The oak version of that is there. Once again, I've done it on the CNC. Put it against that. There you go. Just wants a little bit of trimming and then a little bit of shaping once we've glued it on, I guess. So I'll take you through making this part 14C. And there's obviously two parts. There's a left hand and a right hand. So as we start off with some 5mm stock, and then just cut it to a rectangle, and then once again I'll just do it on the CNC. So for just some 5mm stock, I've basically just squared the edge off, just parallel the sides, and I'm now just going to cut off. I might need to make two pieces. They're around about 35mm long. So here we are at the CNC. I've just put 3 little what I call nest pins. They're just 6mm dowels, and then double-sided tape. In fact, probably better over that way. Push it down, and hopefully that'll hold it. Just take them pins out. So we just took the pins out, and I'll just rearrange the camera and load the program and set it off. So that has actually got to fit into there, and the reason why I've not actually took that off, left it stuck down, because it'll be the chance of getting it right first time as an inlay would be pretty difficult, just because of cutter and materials and the like. So what I've done, I mean, it's pretty close, and you could probably press it on because there's a little bit of spring in these, but it's quite fragile, particularly across this area here. So in terms of the program, I'll rerun a second program for that, which will just take off a tiny amount off the profile, and then we'll give it another try. So just rerun it again, and we'll have a look. Now that's pretty good fit, that. And fundamentally, how I've kidded the machine to do that. In some fancy CNC machines, you can actually put things in called cutter compensation. How I've kidded this one, I've just basically told it I've used a 3mm cutter instead of a 1/8, which takes about 0.175, so somewhere region of about sort of about 8/1000 of an inch. Anyway, that seems to have done the job. So I need to now set it off, put the second one on, and that's both parts done. So in terms of the glue up, I've got to a point now where we need to put the roof on. But before I put the roof on, I'm just going to start putting the finish on the inside, mainly because I won't be able to get to it easily with the roof on. So the finish is what I usually use. It's a Danish oil. Brush it on and wipe it off after about 20 minutes or so. So I think you get the idea. I'll just carry on and show you when I've finished. Well, there you go. That's probably the last you'll ever see of the internals. I'm just going to now start putting the roof on, which is in a few pieces. So there's a few pieces to this to the roof. An intermediary piece and then the top piece. But fundamentally that's going to be glued on the top there. So the story so far: chassis done, the cab's done. We've just put the roof on, and we've put the wind deflectors on. I hope you can see that. So now we're going to concentrate on doing the front of the cab and building the grille. Once again, I've made all the parts. Predominantly I did them on the CNC, but there was some hand tool stuff there. I'm not sure whether or not I'd actually showed this earlier, but anyway, all it is a frame and then just an infill. And then just basically just sanded it till it was a good fit. It's a bit like heavyweight marquetry, I guess. So once again on the CNC, just starting to make the emblem for the front of the truck. So can you guess what make it is? Yep, it's a Mercedes-Benz. Well, that's disappointing. I've just took this out of the clamps, and obviously when I've clamped it, I don't know if you can see, this is shifted, which is a bit of a nuisance really. Well, what do I do? Do I leave it and that's a bit of its character, or do I try and get it off? Which we all know with glue, it's long grain to long grain, ends up being better than the wood itself. Decisions. I'm thinking I'm going to leave it. It's part of its character. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Leave it. Right, so to finish these off, we just need to round over these edges on both sides. So that's top and that's the bottom. So we're going to round off all the way down there. Not quite sure I'm going to do it yet really, because that's there's a millimetre proud that I saw from there to there. Might be able to do it on the table router if I run it that way, I suppose. Alright, carry on regardless. So I felt that was the most effective way of doing it really. It's getting somewhere close to where I want it, so I'll just finish that off with some sandpaper. So I just stood it up and then I just clamped it to that block. Don't want to get my fingers anywhere near these nasty things. So here we are on the final glue up really, just some body parts. We've got quite a few bits that we've made, so like wing mirrors and the like, and just put the two top panels over the back there. They're just gluing up. So what we need to do now is start gluing up these bits, which is just the fancy trim bits that goes over the top of these end panels. So this is the far side. Just need to glue that on. Anyway, I'll get on with job and then I'll just show you once I've glued it really. So it's just time to do the tyres. I just used construction timber, and it was just offcuts from when I did the barn door, just on the lathe. So there'll be a few photos, videos or something in the corner. So I'm just going to stain on black, and I'm using some good old-fashioned Indian ink. So we all know what pine's like. If you don't, it doesn't necessarily stain very well because of the resin that's in it. But so we might need a couple of coats on this. So I'll just carry on and do the rest of them. On this bit there's 6 tyres on this bit, and when I get round to doing the trailer I'm sure there'll be a damn sight more. Well, we're really getting to the last loop now. There's just a couple of pieces to go on. Getting these centralisers is going to be fun. So it's come to the final act with this Euro truck build, and that's to put its finish on. I don't know if you've seen my other truck builds, but this is a finish I prefer. I'll just apply it with a series of small brushes, and then after about 10-15 minutes I'll just wipe off the excess. So here we go. The truck's finished. Suspension's working right. A little bit squeaky, but you know, right. It'll probably just never get moved again after today. Well, quite a handsome beast, I think. It's come out well with the oak and that sapele. So I think next we'll need to make a trailer for it, but that'll be a while because I've got some work to do for the most important person in my life, and she must be obeyed at all times. So got these little pins here. Pull these pins out, lift that, and yeah, there you go. You can then get at the engine. you go. There it goes. Back in with the pins. So once again, if you fancy making, this, you can get hold of the plans from dutchypatterns.com. I've made mine right-hand drive. Of course, I'm in the UK, and that's the side that we drive on. The actual plans are all left-hand drive, so I just did a slight modification. So I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a comment. Give it a like if you like the circle series. I try and get back to every one of them. Well, actually I do get back to every one of them. And see you again soon. And happy woodworking.